Hey, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. So in this video, I want to talk about triaging patients. This can get a little complicated, get a little scary, but it's something important that we need to understand when dealing with multiple patients. The reason we're going to triage patients is we are outnumbered by patients. Okay, so if I'm by myself and I have two patients, I'm going to have to triage who needs me, who doesn't need me, who can I do the most help for the greater good. If I have a partner, we can treat two people, no problem. Throw a bag in the middle and start treating. But if we have three people, we got to triage. So if you are outnumbered by your resources, you have to triage patients. You can't get distracted by the people who are walking around screaming bloody murder that need your help. Because if they're walking around screaming, they don't need your help. There's lots of triage systems out there. There's Smart Triage. I did a video on Start Triage, old video, a number of years ago. But I'll put a link to that one if you go watch that one. But there's plenty of systems out there that you can work on to figure out which one you like best and which one works for you. Because there again, you need to pick one and stick with it. No one uses those triage tags. Like, it would be nice if we could use those, but no one uses those. But we can divide our patients up into colors which are nationally recognized that everybody understands. So we have green tags. Green tags are walk and wounded. Okay, they may get recategorized later if they need to be moved to a yellow or red, but if they're walking, initially, they're going to be a green tag, good to go. Don't worry about them first off. And then we have yellow tags and red tags. So red tags are typically going to have a problem with airway, breathing, and circulation that we need to take care of, but then we can manage that. Yellow tags are going to be ones that can't walk, but they don't have a problem with airway, breathing, or circulation. They're not shocky, they're not having trouble breathing, they're not unconscious, things like that. So yellow tags could be bilateral femur fractures. Okay, I mean, they're probably going to get recategorized, but with that one, let's say bilateral ankle fractures. Let's do ankle fractures, that's probably better. They can't walk, but they're screaming in pain, and their capillary refill is good, the mental size is good, but they just can't walk because both their legs are broken. Okay, that's a yellow tag. So we have green tags taken care of, we have yellow and red tags explained, and the other color we need to unfortunately think about is black tags. These are individuals that are dead. They're not breathing, they have no pulse, they have signs incompatible with life, they are dead. In a triage situation, we do not start CPR on these people. You're going to start CPR on this guy while this lady over here is bleeding out. It doesn't make sense. Okay, now if I'm by myself and I have one victim who's in cardiac arrest from a traumatic event, I may start CPR. But in this situation, when I have multiple people who need me, I can't put all my resources and time into someone who doesn't have a pulse and is not breathing. So make them a black tag. System that I have found to be the easiest, and I do think it probably puts more patients into the red category, that initial wave, but I'm okay with that, we can work through that, is 30 can do 2. Easy enough. 30 can do 2. If their respiratory rate is greater than 30, they're a red tag. Can do. Follow commands. So if they cannot follow commands, then they're going to be a red tag. If their capillary refill is greater than 2 seconds, they're a red tag. So check their respiratory status, put your hand on the chest, watch it breathe. If it's greater than 30, makes them a red tag. Hey, can you lift 2 fingers up for me? They can follow commands, cool. Push right here, 1,000, 2,000, boom, and we have triaged our patient for that initial triage. Now, patients need to be triaged twice before they leave the scene. So let's do a gross triage here, and then go back and do individual and just double check and make sure they don't need to be recategorized, things like that. So I picked up a few of these little cards. I know you guys can't see them on the screen, so I'll take a picture and post it probably like right here. Let me go and slide over here so I can get some room here, there to post this. So this was a 37-year-old male, fractured to left foot and left arm, limping towards responders. Respiratory rate's 27, pulse is palpable and able to follow commands. He has a little green thing right here, so he's limping towards responders. He's a green tag. 29-year-old male, severed left leg, bleeding controlled, okay, that's good, in severe pain. All right, so Respiratory rate is 35. Pulse is palpable, able to follow commands. 30 can do 2. His respiratory rate is over 30. This makes this guy a red tag. Let's give this one a shot. 20-year-old, no pun intended, 20-year-old punctured to the neck, unable to move. Okay, so his respiratory rate is 28. Okay, so it's under 30. Pulse is palpable, so I'm going to assume that his capillary refill is good. That's kind of doing some assuming there. Able to follow commands. So he is a yellow tag currently. Okay, he's unable to move. His respiratory rate is less than 30. He's able to follow commands, and because he has a palpable pulse, I'm going to assume his capillary refill is good. That's the one thing the caveat would throw it off there. Yeah, so I would make this guy a yellow tag to begin with. I hope that helps. I hope you guys can kind of see the pattern going through there. Thank you guys for watching. You never know when you'll be the first responder. Remember, you need the right gear and the right training.